So it was a pretty big catastrophe, but the response, it left me floored. Hey everybody, it's Ed the Trainer, and I'll tell you what it is coming up next on Tips on Tuesday. So this past weekend, I was at the grocery store and I received a frantic phone call from my wife about the fact that my daughter's chickens had been attacked by some neighbor dogs. And so I was on my way home. I left my daughter home with the chickens. They were out in the yard and she was a little too late. The dogs had gotten out of their fence and run around, and whether they were playing or not, I'm not really certain the motivation, but they wound up snagging 2 out of the 6 chickens, and the others scurried into the woods to try to hide and save themselves. And when I got there, I was very, very upset and tried my best to keep myself in check. My wife did the same as she was coming away from another trip on her end as well. We both arrived nearly at the same time. My daughter was pretty distraught, expectedly, right? However, as the time went on and we wound up finding 4 out of the 6, even though we knew that 2 hadn't made it through the event, I asked my daughter, "Are you doing okay? How are you feeling?" And she just kind of looked up at me, and you could see that she was still mixed up a little bit, right? But she said to me, "Dad, this is what happens when you own animals. This is what happens when you're raising chickens, and we've got to deal with it." And I just stopped for a second and I looked at her. She's 10. And I looked at her amazed. And I mean, she had tears in her eyes and she had been very, very upset. But she'd been dealing with this and trying to take this in the best possible way. And it taught me this enormous lesson. As here I was trying to protect her, right? Trying to be there to make sure that she could deal with this in the best way possible. Yet she's showing me that it's all about the attitude, isn't it? You see, Shakespeare said, there's neither good or bad, but thinking makes it so. And what she had chosen to do was make the best out of a situation that was a pretty major deal in our house. And I would challenge everyone this week that no matter what lands in your way, no matter how things go unexpectedly or in a different direction than what you had originally planned, it's our reactions to those situations that really drives us, that really determines how far we'll go from that situation. All of this I owe to my 10-year-old daughter as a lesson from the past weekend. I really appreciate you joining me for a couple of minutes here, everybody. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you soon.